Hello, everyone. Today we have a very special vlog. I have with me one of my good friends, Highway, and he's planning a really special event at the DC area. We just wanted to give a little chance for him to talk about it because if you're a pilot in that area, or if you can fly into there, you're definitely going to be want to be at this event. So, Highway, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we can get into the event itself.
Yes, my name's Highway. Dale Settle is the formal name. I live in Sharpsburg, Maryland, scene of the Antietam battlefield. Started FPV around 2013, started organizing races and holding little group events, and now we've kind of grown up a little bit.
Yeah, you're going to have this huge event, and I love it. I've already heard a little bit about it. So we're talking about the DC area, but it's a really nice area, so you can easily fly in. Uh, what can we expect from the venue, and what kind of dates are we looking at?
The race is called the Escape Velocity Drone Race 2016. It's held at the Gaylord National Resort and Convention Center in National Harbor, Maryland, which is just south down the river from Washington, D.C. The Gaylord is a very swanky five-star type affair. There's shops right around it. National Harbor, Maryland is a very unique little town. It's hard to describe. It's one of those places you have to see. The venue is part of a larger event called the Escape Velocity event, which is a partnership with the Museum of Science Fiction. So the overall event is actually, if you were to combine, say, like an Awesome Con and a Comic Con and a science fiction convention all together into one, and then add in a drone race, guest speakers like Mr. Roddenberry of the Star Trek Corporation, and there's, if you go to escapevelocity.events, that will cover all the main type events that are going on in the convention center, the first through third. Then you can go to eastcoastfpvracing.com for all race registration and information and requirements, and to register for the race. But the Escape Velocity, even in the evenings, there's extra events going on. There'll be, I believe, a burlesque show or a burlesque party. There's 21 and over parties. It gets a little bit more adult and a little bit more crazy out there in the evenings. During the day, it's more of a family science fiction fun. There's also work with gaming in the gaming industry and associations with Steam. And virtual reality, updated virtual reality exhibits and stuff like that. So much cool stuff that I really can't begin to cover it all. If people want to get online and look through these websites and whatnot, they'll get a better idea of all the events, plus pictures of the Gaylord and what it looks like. And it's a very well-known spot and a very well-known place and resort area that people from all over the world have visited. So it's
Yeah,
worth the check.
yeah, definitely. It sounds really awesome. So it's really an event where you can go in there, you can race and enjoy yourself, but you can also see a lot of the DC area and also all of the things that this particular event is hosting outside of drone racing, which seems like it's quite a bit. So that's really
Well,
awesome.
then that's exactly right. So, if you were to get and if you would register for the drone race, whatever you do, whether it's a day pass for that class, Saturday's 5-inch class, Sunday's a 4-inch class, that includes the exhibits in that day. There's also an option for a 3-day pass. Make sure to go on the website and look carefully. There is a discount code for the 3-day pass, which is going to give you a 20% discount. That includes all the exhibits. So if all goes well and everything's fine, which I'm sure it will be, then pilots will not just be bored and sitting there. There will be things to check out. So it's not just sitting there waiting for your heat and whatnot. Right there in the actual hall, exhibit hall B, I believe is what it is. There will be events or exhibits right around us. So I'm
Exactly.
not sure how far else and how many other halls will be carrying exhibits or if it's just hall B. But we take up a large portion of that particular tall. So the race course is on about 180 by 60 feet. So it's a rather large section of that area, even though it's not large for most drone races. Typical Race X style. So.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Yeah, I have a whole flyer here I could read off of, but it would bore people to tears.
But what I like is that if you're bringing your family down, you can concentrating on your drone racing, and the families, they can go see exhibits and entertain themselves.
There's shops right in the actual Gaylord, and the atrium alone is incredible, and there's restaurants in there, but there's little shops, and then you can walk across the street, and then there's shops there. Plus, if you bring your family out for a vacation, this is DC. It's 1st through 3rd. Stay an extra day. You've got an incredible fireworks show.
There you go. See? So you can stay there, do the drone race, and your wife and family will spend you empty. There you go.
All the free museum. That's one thing that's cool about Washington, D.C. The museums, the Smithsonian, all that, they're all free museums.
There you go. Oh, hey, Smithsonian. If you haven't been there,
yes.
Gotta go there. Mm-hmm. Gotta go there. Awesome. So let's talk a little bit about the drone racing event yourself. You've already mentioned that there's a 5-inch. Is there something else?
On Friday we're going to be doing mixed events. There'll be various things like seminars of if people are interested in PID tuning. We'll probably be offering those kinds of one-on-one services and whatnot through some of our pro pilots that we will have there on site through Team 4Q. And Quad State FPV. There could be some other interesting activities. I don't want to get into it too much because they're not refined, but it could be quite interesting there in the later afternoon. Also, pilots get a chance to check the course out. They will be registered already. That's not going to be something they have to do on Friday. Of course, there's all the exhibits that'll be available there as well for them to check out, in addition to the actual drone race course itself. Saturday will be your 5-inch class, typical 250 and below. So there's no limit on size. You can go down as far as you want, as small a prop as you want. You can use up to a 4S battery. All the regulations and things like that are on the website, eastcoastfpvracing.com. You do have to have an ILAPS transponder pointing or facing right of craft. You do have to have an LED light of some type, even if it's a stick one, just on the back of the craft at the very least, so that it can be seen. Maximum 200 milliwatt transmitter must have race band. I'll be running race band channels. So if you don't have race band, I hope people pay attention and read that, because there have been problems in the past where folks show up with a 7-channel Fat Shark, and that
it's annoying. Yeah, but
in the past it's nice to try and accommodate that, but we've all grown up and the sport's grown up, and I think most folks for $20-some can pick up a race band transmitter.
That's true. If you want to be competitive, if you want to be competitive, please go race band and get your ILAP transponder. It really does help.
Exactly. I would prefer everybody have 25 milliwatt. That's what I would prefer. I would have made that a rule, but I know most people, it's one thing to expect the race band out of people at large. I know sport's moving fast, but most of us have it. Some of us will sit there and roll their eyes at me that I'm saying this right now because they're thinking, WTF. Why wouldn't somebody have a race band? But believe it or not, folks out there, West Coast, middle of the country, we're always a little late to the party out here on the East Coast, fellas. Just cut us a little slack, please. Show us a little slack, because we don't always get things right away. So we're late, and so I'm expecting the people that are regional and local to do that. Expect them to have a 25 milliwatt. That's a little less common. So
yeah, it's true.
But that would be perfect if everybody had a 25 milliwatt, because then we wouldn't have any problems.
Yep, I understand, totally understand. But unless you have them there to purchase at the point, or it's part of your registration, it's kind of hard sometimes to tell them.
And it's hard to expect. Yeah, and it's hard to expect pilots to prep their craft in it. If I was racing, I would want my stuff ready before I showed up.
That's true.
So all I could do is walk up there. I've already tested it. It's ready to go, and I've got my backup, and I'm good.
Yeah.
Just show up and then have to do building and tweaking and things. That would suck.
Yep.
In your hotel room.
Oh yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that as a
No.
racer. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would suck.
So expect that in your text inspection. So ILAP waistband. Cool. So what about Sunday? Or does that wrap up Sunday?
Sunday is 4-inch class. Again, no minimum size frame, no minimum size prop, but the max is 4-inch. And again, you can run 4S if you choose to. Same thing, same rules. It'll be an elimination. We start from 32 pilot maximum both days. A limit of 32 pilots. We'll work down to the top 16. We'll work down to the top 8, then the top 4, and then we'll find our number 1 guy.
Awesome.
That's pretty standard.
All right, cool. So let's start wrapping things up. So what can we expect for prizes for the racers that are showing up?
Well, the top pilot on Saturday and the top pilot on Sunday each will be getting $500 cash.
Awesome.
There are other prizes. I'm not going to get into too much detail because I still have to take a full inventory of everything that is there. So, but that should be enough to give a little motivation out there. That should probably pay for most guys. Travel expenses.
Plus,
so,
DC is a big area, so I'm sure there's a lot of pilots that can just drive in at that point. And yeah, that'd be great. So, okay, if I'm a pilot and I'm interested, what are the websites that I need to know?
East Coast FPV That would be your registration and your race information, race requirements, craft requirements, and things of that nature. Escape Velocity .events would be for all the other Museum of Science Fiction events and exhibits and information regarding those kinds of things that are going on at the same time. The Escape Velocity Drone Race 2016 has a Facebook page. You can go there and find information or ask questions. We are very responsive. We have several people that are monitoring that Facebook page and will answer those questions just as fast and as efficiently as possible. You can always reach out to me on Quad State FPV or QSFPV.com. That's the Quad State page. And I have Instagram and Facebook pages as well. But there's also an Escape Velocity or EV Drone Race 2016 Instagram page.
Awesome. So yeah, plenty of ways to find this event. Seems like a really awesome event. You did tell me that there was a pilot limit, so that's something that pilots should understand. If you want to attend this event, register soon.
And registration's been open for a few days, and the registrations are coming in. So, in fact, I've got to get caught up because I have to get them entered into the database and into the R Scoring Pro to get everything set up so that I can get these people set up with their transponders and get ahead of that. So yeah, we have registrations already coming in. I have not taken account yet. So, and I'm not trying to do any hard sell. I'm just making a mention in case people are interested, get in there because there is a pilot limit. So.
Okay, cool. So yeah, definitely check it out. And if I was in the DC area, I would definitely drive in. Did we mention a date? I can't remember.
July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So definitely if you're in that area, you definitely want to check it out. Check out the website and have a little fun. That's all I'm going to say.
DC's super hot that time of year, but we're inside. This is air conditioned.
Oh, that's always nice. Trust me, that's really nice.
Yes, it is. Very nice.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you for giving us some of that information, and hopefully, I'll look forward to seeing all the stuff on social media when it's going on.
Yeah, excellent. And thanks for the opportunity, Y. I always appreciate it.
No problem.